What is going on, guys? Jason Burke here, Styles Clash for Life, coming at you on YouTube, and tonight I am wrestling with myself. I just did my NXT TakeOver predictions for this coming Saturday. That's my last video, so if you guys want to check out my predictions for NXT TakeOver, stay on my channel, subscribe for results and booking ideas and predictions and all that, but go check the NXT one out. Right now I'm previewing for you guys Survivor Series 2016, which airs this Sunday from Toronto on the network. And all in all, I haven't really been watching much of Raw or SmackDown. I don't care at all for the Raw product, and I'm kind of busy on Tuesdays for the average SmackDown product, so I haven't watched much of either lately, but I have caught the YouTube videos, I have caught the results, I have caught the build-up and stuff. Curiously, there's only 6 matches announced for this show, and it's going to be a 4-hour show plus pre-show stuff, so we're looking at 4.5, 5 hours of Survivor Series, which to me is too long of a show, especially on a 6-match show. But it does tell you that the Survivor Series traditional matches are going to be getting a lot of focus, having a lot of time to develop, which is good. As much as I don't like the Raw product, especially right now, at least they're putting these Survivor Series traditional matches on full scale, front and center. They're getting back to the 5-on-5 matchups, which what we've always liked and nostalgic as kids and loved the 80s and 90s Survivor Series concept. So it's good to see those back in the forefront here. I do wish there were stakes to this. The 2 complaints I have about this show, the card, of course, looks very good, and the wrestlers on it are very good, and of course they always deliver on major events, so this is going to be a good show. The matches are going to be good. The workers are always going to work their butts off. My 2 complaints for this show is, number 1, in the tag matches and the main event, there aren't enough stakes. They should be having, like, for each one of these Raw versus SmackDown brand tag matches, brand pride is not a strong enough reason. Winning it for Raw, or winning it for Team Red or Team Blue, winning it for SmackDown, it's not enough to me. It seems cheesy and hokey and stupid. I think they ought to have stakes on the line, like the winner of each match gets a draft pick from the other show. They get to make a trade they would like. They get to draft somebody from the other show. All the winners of the match or sole survivors get title shots in their division. You've got to make this thing mean something and make sense. You can't just have 5-on-5 for no reason and it doesn't matter tomorrow night, the night after the show. So I think it's important that they have, the winning team get draft picks, or the winning team get some sort of WrestleMania advantage. Put something in there to make it interesting. Don't just throw these matches against the wall and hope they stick, because they won't. But that's the one complaint. And the other one, of course, is the main event, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. This is a no-win situation. I'll talk about that more when I get to this, but I really wish they had put the 2 main eventers up against 2 other guys. Goldberg versus Wyatt, or Lesnar versus Wyatt, or Goldberg versus Ambrose, or, put these guys in 2 meaningful main event matches against current talent, and give the current talent a chance to win, to make their name off these established guys, because putting 2 established guys against each other doesn't do anything for anyone, especially when they're both part-time guys who aren't going to be around come Monday. So we'll get to that. But let's get right into the predictions right now. I'm rambling too much. The first match is for the Cruiserweight Championship. Brian Kendrick defends against Kalisto. And also, besides the title, if Kalisto wins, the Cruiserweight division moves to SmackDown. I'm going to make what I guess could be considered a bold prediction here. I think Kalisto wins. This should be a good match. Kalisto's a very good worker. He belonged in the Cruiserweight division to begin with, so it was weird to see him drafted to SmackDown to begin with. Kendrick, of course, being a good heel. They should mesh well. Good clash of styles here. Kendrick doing the submission, kind of bully heel tactics versus Kalisto's high-flying. I think Kalisto gets the win here and takes the Cruiserweight division over to SmackDown. They are filming 205 Live after SmackDown every Tuesday night on the network. They're going to have Mauro Ranallo announcing it. So if 205 Live is going to follow after SmackDown, why would it be a Raw-branded thing? And if Mauro's going to call it, why would they not have a Raw announcer call it if it was going to be on Raw? So it makes sense for them with 205 Live to move the division over to SmackDown. It's been floundering on Raw. It hasn't been getting the right kind of attention. With 205 Live now and moving brands, you get a chance for a fresh start. You get a chance to put more focus on it, to fill your programming on SmackDown out a little better with more guys. The division just seems to fit the character better of the show. It fits the niche of SmackDown, I think, better. I think just giving these guys a fresh start and giving these guys an hour on 205 Live with SmackDown gives them more chance to develop personalities and show characters and show vignettes. I like it better on SmackDown, so I think Kalisto pulls the upset here and joins the division and brings it over to SmackDown. Then we have Interbrand again, another good match with stakes, by the way, which makes it cool. The Miz defending his Intercontinental Championship, newly won from SmackDown this week, against Sami Zayn. I was looking forward to Ziggler versus Zayn because that could be a dream match, but Miz versus Zayn should be good. Again, another situation of super underdog, high-flying, fun babyface in Zayn versus the heel tactic, cheating, slower-paced Miz. Should be a good match. Should work together well. These two guys are awesome. And really looking forward to this a lot. Should be great. But I think Miz wins here. I can't see the IC belt going over to SmackDown if Zayn wins. But the one thing is, I could see them pulling a Zayn winning and going over to SmackDown because he's kind of floundering on Raw. He's not doing much. But I don't see that happening right now. I see Miz retaining, and which should be an awesome match. Looking forward to it. But I think the status quo stays here. Miz is hot. Keep the guy with the belt. Give Zayn stuff to do in the future. So I want to give this one to The Miz. Then we have the 3 Survivor Series matches. We have the 5-team versus 5-team Raw versus SmackDown match. I'm not going to name all 35 guys. It's a very cluttered match. But I think SmackDown gets the win here. They have to win at least one of these to make it competitive. It can't be a Raw shutout because the bigger stars are quote-unquote on Raw. I think SmackDown gets the win here. I think American Alpha are your sole survivors, if not a few others. But I think American Alpha shines here. I think they get the win. And I think this is the only Survivor Series style match that SmackDown actually gets the win for. So American Alpha are your survivors. And I'm looking forward to the match. It's a cluster. There are too many guys in it. 5 teams on each side is a lot of guys. That's a 20-man match. So it's going to probably be long, but hopefully they can keep it interesting. And they have a lot of talented guys in there with the club and Enzo and Cass and, New Day and stuff like that. So looking forward to seeing this one, but I think SmackDown wins. And we have the Women's 5-on-5 Survivor Series style match. Again, I wish there were stakes for this. That's the one negative. But there's a lot of talent. Seeing Becky Lynch get back in there with Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte is cool. Seeing new talent get exposed like Alexa Bliss to these guys and creating some dream matches is cool. I'm looking forward to this one a lot. I think Raw wins this one here. I think they have the superior division. Nia Jax being a wrecking ball, you can't really have her lose quite yet. Charlotte and Sasha are considered your 1 and 2 in the women's, so I think they survive here. Bayley being involved is pretty interesting. I think Becky Lynch is the last one on the SmackDown team, being your champion. Seeing Becky go against her 4 horsewomen over on Raw is very interesting. I'm looking forward to that. But I think Raw gets the win here with Nia Jax possibly being a sole survivor and maybe Charlotte being the champion as well, being a survivor. Then we have the men's 5-on-5 Survivor Series match. Same thing. Awesome talent, good possible dream matches, and fun interactions going back and forth. But I wish it had stakes. That's the one thing I would say. But overall, looking forward to it. Should be good. Seeing Rollins and Reigns get back in there with Ambrose is cool. Seeing Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt cross paths is cool. Looking forward to that. I think Raw wins here. I think they want to protect Kevin Owens being world champ. They want to protect Reigns. Someone said the idea possibly of having Ambrose and Styles be the final 2 for SmackDown, trying to fend off all the guys on Raw, could be interesting. I agree with that take. I also agree that James Ellsworth might have something to do with the finish here, might blunder things up for SmackDown. I've heard that as well. That's a possibility. But I think Raw wins here. They're considered the A brand by Vince, and they're considered to have the bigger stars by and large. So I think Raw gets the win here. And finally, your main event, Goldberg versus Lesnar. Quick rant here. It doesn't help either guy to win or lose. It's not good for either guy. Goldberg's coming back for one more match. He already said to Lesnar, "You're last." So having Goldberg come back for one match just to lose seems really counterproductive and counterintuitive. But also with Lesnar being on the hot streak since beating Taker and never really losing at all, since being the one that conquered the streak, having him lose to Goldberg does nothing for him either. Both guys are established, but having Lesnar lose to a one-time guy makes no sense, and having Goldberg come back just to lose to a part-timer makes no sense. I'd much rather see these guys lose to guys like Ambrose and Wyatt and Luke Harper and Styles and guys like that, guys that can actually use the rub to be long-term stars for the company and make the next generation of guys. In this case, you've got 2 part-time guys who aren't going to be around Monday, and you might not see again until Rumble or Mania. Really makes no sense and does nobody any good. Plus the fact that this match at WrestleMania 20 Back in 2004, this match was no good when they had it 12 years ago. Now you're talking about Goldberg having not been in the ring and having them not touched in 12 years and aging 12 years each is not going to make this any good. Plus, Lesnar throwing Goldberg around at Goldberg's old age is not going to be healthy for Goldberg. So nothing good about this one here. Not looking forward to it. I'm interested to see how it plays out, like a car crash. I can't look away. I'm going to watch with intrigue for how bad I think it's going to be, and I'm curious, but I don't have high hopes for this at all. I'm not a fan of the match. I'm not a fan of the booking. But with that being said, I can't see Goldberg beating Lesnar here. I can't see them wasting the Lesnar defeat on Goldberg and having Goldberg go away. So I think Lesnar wins this one in a very intriguing fashion. So what are you guys most looking forward to in these matches? Who do you think's going to win? What do you want to see happen, and what are your predictions? Tell me in the comments down below, guys. This has been Wrestling with myself, and until next time, I'll see you guys real soon.